Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, I really wish that I could rise in support of this bill today. I wish that we had all of the oil industry in California united, because this bill right here is the single most important thing I think we will do economically for the next several decades. And how we go forward is critically and crucially important. And I do appreciate the work of my colleague, and I will make no comment on his dress, but I will say that his goal of doing the right thing is appreciated. He certainly took a terrible bill and turned it into something less terrible. But here's my concern. We essentially are dictating from here in Sacramento, and we are regulating something that the experts at Dogger, who are experts at regulating the oil industry in the state of California, felt needed no regulation. They were not out there trying to regulate fracking. It came from the public. It came from the media hysteria because of something that happened in another state. The facts are, in 60 years, we have done fracking here in California without any incident. The bottom line is that most of the oil that we're going after is 1.5 miles below the surface, even though the water table is only 500 feet. And so you can have all these regulations, but all that really matters is whether or not that well casing holds up. And so far in 60 years, we haven't had a single one fail. So this bill is really a regulatory scheme to hire a whole bunch of more regulators and grow government. And I am deeply concerned when Sacramento is getting involved in the nitty-gritty of something they don't truly understand. Most of the chemicals in the fracking fluid are household-type chemicals. They're things that are not volatile organics. They're not things that are going to harm anyone. And so the hysteria over the water quality is so overboiled that what we are putting at risk is what we're really trying to cook. And what we're trying to cook is a chicken in every pot or 2 cars in every garage. We want prosperity. So why don't we unleash prosperity in California by getting the government out of the way? Why don't we trust Dogger to set regulations based on what happens in the field rather than coming in and creating a bogeyman? The $25 to $30 billion in revenue and the 3 million jobs that we could create over the next 5 years if we could figure out a way to tap into the Monterey Shale. You know, the biggest impediment to exploiting that natural resource for all Californians' benefit ought to be technology, not government obstruction. I'm afraid that in this current form, this bill still goes too far. And I wish we would have brought it up next session after working tirelessly to get everyone on board so that the industries regulated are buying into the regulations, so that they are accepting it, so we have regulation with representation. In its current form, I'm going to have to urge a no vote.